Hi there, welcome to this video. I am Natasha, and first off I'd like to welcome all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope your time on my channel is time well spent. Today I am going to do a reading for you about what you need to know about your current situation, about things that you are not aware of. I am going to use these decks for you, and I have laid out 4 crystals that you can decide your choice with, and I will show you the crystals before I make you choose one. So this is the clear andara crystal. This is your first choice. What you need to know. This is the pink andara. This is the second choice. What you need to know. The third one is this golden andara. What you need to know. And the fourth one is this Orchid andara. Now, if you are interested in these stones, in these andaras, I will leave a link to the supplier of these andaras in my subscription box. So if you're interested in buying one, you can do so. I'll leave you the link. Now let's get on with the reading. I will begin to prepare the reading for each choice, and then we move on. So for the clear andara, the first choice, what you need to know about your current situation, I will prepare the reading. Alright, I will begin to turn the cards over, and we will see what they have to say for us. Now I have laid out this pattern. Some of you might know this pattern. This is the past, this is the present. These are the underlying circumstances, usually not visible. This is either your goal or your obstacle. This is how you look at yourself. This is how your environment looks at you, and this is the outcome of the current situation. I have also picked 3 additional oracle cards to further specify where we are in this reading. Now, the past is about a struggle. It's about having certain ideas and needing to test them in the world around you, but the test may or may not work out for you. if your ideas are good, then you of course will win this fight. But if your ideas are not so good, you will not be able to win the fight. You will not be able to hold them firm in the presence of other opinions or thought chains. We also find the King of Earth. So I believe that there is a materialistic background to this situation. Maybe you used to have a certain view about how to deal with the material life, how to take care of your basic needs like a home or food, clothing, things like that. And also how you could achieve prosperity. And it appears that your ideas didn't stand the test in the world itself. So I continue. I find the Princess of Cups and the Seven of Fire. And the Seven of Fire usually is about coming across some opposition, and that is kind of what this card also suggests. So there is this opposition to your ideas, and the Princess of Cups is also very much about the emotional aspects of having ideas and expressing ideas. It's also a kind of immature way of dealing with feelings. So maybe you're overly emotionally expressive, and maybe that brings you a bit of opposition. People may say to you things like you're overly emotional, you should man up, things like that. They may or may not be right. I cannot judge that situation, but I do know that the feelings you harbor cause some opposition, just like what we saw in this card. So you have had a quite turbulent past and still a turbulent present, and what we see here is the need to establish a certain stability in your energy. And also the King of Air tells me that there is this need to kind of get out of your emotions and a little more to the rational side of things in order to be able to establish this security. This card is usually about a preparation for a feast, a party, a wedding sometimes even. And so this is just before the party starts usually. So that means everything is set, everything is arranged, the food is there, the flowers, the music, everything is there. It's just waiting for the party to start. And this is about how you should approach establishing this situation. Maybe you need to get a little bit more out of your emotional side into the more rational side of things in order to be able to get to this place, because this card also suggests that to me. I definitely see that you need some financial or material security, and the road there is usually, that's what this world dictates, whether you like it or not. The way to get financial security is by rational actions. If you're emotional with your spending, you will probably find that you spend your money on things that you don't need. The goal or the obstacle you are kind of a very emotional person, as I see it now. Let me see what this card says. Another Queen of Earth and a Sun and a Love. I still feel that you are pretty emotional. We have a Princess of Cups here and a Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups is about having very rich feelings and rich emotions, but also again the theme that comes up is that your actions aren't very thoughtful. You don't think things through, and therefore you get yourself into trouble. That is what people are trying to tell you in this card. Apparently the message didn't land yet because you are responding from your emotions. I'm not sure what the reason for that is, but I think it will be explained in these cards. So let me first continue with the reading. The way you look at yourself is you feel that you want to nurture people around you. I suddenly get it. You give away way too much from yourself. You either give away your money or your possessions because you really want to share. You care about the people around you and you want to share whatever you have with them. And you do it so thoroughly that you sometimes forget that you have your own needs, and you forget that you need to be rational sometimes about the things that you decide to do with your finances or your material wealth, so to speak. So this is very much your intention is about sharing, and I can suddenly see why that is not landing. There is a very strong conflict here between emotions and rational thinking, and you can still feel all the emotions and wanting to take care of the people around you, but rationally you're probably not able to care for them the way that you want to. So there is a balance to be found. There are concessions to be made in order to navigate to this duality in this situation. And I see that your environment looks at it in a different way. They just think that you don't have the skills to deal with money. They feel probably the need to check on your bank account, check on your spending, make sure you have just a small allowance, maybe even. But I definitely feel that your environment is needing, wanting, or trying to get control over your spending habits. That is not a pleasant situation, and even though you might be a little more generous than is good for you, I would still try to maintain control over your own matters. The outcome of this situation is pretty wonderful, actually. It is about, this is a lesson for you, and this lesson is about learning the different ways that love can express itself. You have a tendency to see love as giving to other people, giving your money, your material possessions to other people, or buying them things, and you consider that an expression of your love, which is sometimes it can definitely be that. But for you, the lesson in this situation is that you learn that love is not necessarily expressed in material ways. You can do it different ways, and maybe you have to become a bit creative in that, to expand your way of thinking. How can I take care of someone's need without giving all of myself into that? And this is not just about money, but it's also about your energy. I feel that you're easily swept off your feet by all sorts of strong emotions and feelings of wanting to take care of the people around you. But it turns out that you give away your own stability and your own safety. like I said, there is a balance to be found there. And this strongly tells me that there is a lesson in this situation. This card is the card of judgment. And this card tells you that you need to look at this, and this is at the spot of the outcome. So this tells me that you will find this way. You will find new and creative ways to express your love. Maybe not by financial or material means, but in other creative ways. And which ways these are, that's up to you, I suppose. If I look at these oracle cards, we find the card of fear. So you must look into yourself. Why are you into this behavior? It's always good to share what you have, but not when it comes at the expense of yourself. So what drives you to give away more than is sensible? And this card tells me that there's an underlying fear. Maybe a fear that people will abandon you if you don't give them all these things. And some people probably will, because that is the culprit with these kind of situations, is that people stick around because of what you give, not necessarily of who you are. So there is this underlying fear, but you must remember that if people don't stick around for you, but for the things that you give, then you probably deserve much better, and you're probably much better off without these people. Think about it. You're giving away the things that you need for yourself to other people who are only there to kind of freeload on you instead of actually caring about you. In this situation, this card stuck in the mud, it's reversed, and that tells me that this situation is resolvable. You can definitely get out of here. You may need some help, but honestly I think that some serious introspection, looking at your own motivations behind this behavior, to see why you're doing it, is most of the work already done to get out of this situation. And then we find the card, the Ringmaster of Scrutiny, and this is about discernment, a clear vision, and attention to details. And this also tells me that you need to scrutinize the people around you a bit more, as to see why are they hanging out with you? Why are they there? Are they there for whatever material things you have to offer, or are they there for you? And if you can do this and look at this, you will definitely be able to get out of this situation, and you probably feel like you are reborn in a new way, learning a new way of expressing your love for the people around you. This is a wonderful reading, and seriously, of course I understand that this is a challenge for you, because you've always done it this way, but you got to be honest to yourself and look at the results. Does it yield you what you want? Does it yield you what you need? Or do you feel kind of trapped in this behavior? Do you not know how to get out? Now, this reading gives you a few pointers on how to get out, what the dynamics are behind the situation, and what you can do to get out of this. Don't forget to feel emotions is fine. There's nothing wrong with feeling emotions, but always let your head do the thinking. Your heart can point the direction, but your head needs to strategize the route that you take, and you will be able to get far more material security in your life if you do that, and Possibly and most probably some people in your life will fall away, but you must remember that they were there for the wrong reasons to begin with. And to me, it's really a waste of energy to spend on people like that who are just there to profit and to freeload of your achievements. So I hope this was useful, and I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you like this video, please leave a like, share and comment. You can also become a Patreon and get access to an exclusive Facebook group and exclusive material and a discount on my personal readings. For a personal reading, you can contact me. My email is in the description box below. If you don't want that but like to see more of my videos, you can subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video. I wish you an amazing day. Be blessed. Bye! For those of you who chose the pink andara, this reading is about what you need to know about your current situation. So I will prepare the reading for you. To turn the cards over. And I will see what we have there. Beautiful. Very strong sign. Wow, I can see a few themes coming up in this reading, but I will begin to explain this pattern for you. This is a pattern where this position is about the past. This is about the present and the underlying circumstances. This is about your goal or your obstacle. This is how you view yourself, and this is how your environment looks at you, and this is the probable outcome. And I have drew a couple of extra cards to clarify whatever this reading is telling. In the past we find the universe and Six of Water, and Six of Water is usually about memories from your childhood, memories from the past, and the universe is usually about completion. So I would say that there was a moment in your past that you realized that your childhood is really, really over. You are becoming a grown-up, you are becoming an adult, and this innocence, this naivete that you have when you're a child, that is something that's definitely in the past. Of course you can always go back there in your memories, but the situation has come to a conclusion. And if we look at the present, we see that it makes you feel a bit left out. It feels like you rushed into something and didn't oversee the consequences, and now you feel that you are on the sideline, that you're not really participating in what's going on. So probably I would suggest you may have moved out from your parental home and started living on your own. Maybe when you're on campus or something, or maybe somewhere else where you are for the first time in your life taking a leap of faith into the unknown. and maybe that does make you feel a bit left out and disconnected from the things that are going on in your home. And I should have known. This is not about moving into a fraternity. This is about a marriage. Someone is getting married. This is the preparations for a wedding party, and this is the love card, the most pure love card. So yeah, this is very much, you are taking a leap of faith into the unknown. You're leaving behind your home and your childhood, and you are beginning a new phase in your life. And that phase entails a marriage and the responsibilities that come with that. And this also means the end of your partying life. You are no longer single. You cannot go from party to party to party. You now have responsibilities, so there is definitely a conclusion in your life of a certain phase where you just could do anything you wanted to do. That has come to an end because of the responsibilities that came with this new relationship or marriage. It doesn't have to be a marriage, it can also be just living together, or but this is very much about a long-standing, stable relationship. Now, the way you look at yourself is very clear. We have the Justice and the King of Swords, and the swords are very prominent in those cards, and they're both used to judge, to assess, to strategize, especially for the King of Swords. So this is about you feeling that you did the right thing. You weighed all the pros and cons, you looked at it carefully, you studied it, you've been very mentally engaged in all of this to know that you do the right thing, you are doing the right thing, you've made the right choice, and you stand for it. There may be some opposition, but I don't really see it in these cards actually. We find the situation, how other people look at you, we find 2 times the Prince of Pentacles or the Knight of Pentacles. So that means that people are seeing that you are finally beginning to take some responsibilities. You are finally learning to take care of your own and your upcoming family, your partner. You're finally getting there. You are becoming a responsible adult. That's very much the message that I see in these 2 cards. And the end result is patience and again the 4 of Wands. So maybe there are plans for a wedding, but the wedding itself may happen at a later time, and you need to have some patience for that. So yeah, this is very very beautiful. We find the Water Fairy, and she is about feelings and emotions, and definitely these feelings play a very important part. First of all, we have these feelings about your past, your childhood, about moving out of a known situation into a new situation, where you are taking a new responsibility in your life, or it could also mean that you are taking a break from something because of your relationship, or it could even be that you are taking a break from your relationship, that you need some patience for things to continue on a later time. still, because there's different messages here, and because if this is a general reading, of course there are different messages coming through these cards. So there is this marriage story, moving out of your parental home, beginning to take responsibility, saying bye-bye to your party life, and having to take responsibilities, and having thought that out very well, and the marriage that will take place in a later time. But I can also see that it could mean that you are taking a break from a relationship, and you postpone things, you put things on a hold, and even this card could suggest that same message. Things are suspended for possibly indefinitely, so, and you've thought it out very, very well, and you know that you did the right thing, and maybe you did it because you need to take care of some responsibilities first before you can commit yourself into this relationship as well. But we find home, so this is a double meaning in this card. For one group of you, this will mean that you are finding a new home, and for the other group it will mean that you are leaving a home. I can see both messages in these cards here. And again, we find the Keeper of Scales, fairness and balanced. She is in the challenger position. I'm not going to bother to use the book for this, but I can clearly see how that relates to these two cards. And it may even signify that you may have some doubts about your decision. Did I do the right thing? Did I make the right decision? But honestly, these two cards are so strong together that I really believe that you don't need to doubt yourself. You always need to take your own feelings and emotions in account. And if your partner is really, really meant to be yours, then things will only benefit from this small break, this small suspension of the continuation of your relationship. So yes, I believe that there are at least two messages here for someone moving out, beginning a relationship, getting married, planning a marriage, having to say goodbye to the single life and all the partying, and this other person that has a relationship is looking back at the relationship and saying, I need a break from this all. I need to step out of my comfort zone for a moment and say goodbye to the stability that is there. I've thought it over very, very well. I need to take care of some other things for myself, maybe to establish a stable situation first before I can continue into this relationship. So these are the two stories that I find in this reading. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you like this video, please leave a like, share and comment. You can also become a Patreon and get access to an exclusive Facebook group and exclusive material and a discount on my personal readings. For a personal reading, you can contact me. My email address is in the description box below. If you don't want that but like to see more of my videos, you can subscribe and click on the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video. I wish you an amazing day. Be blessed. Bye. Now, for those of you who chose this golden andara, I will prepare the cards for you. To turn over the cards. the 8 of water and the Fool, the High Priestess and the 9 of earth, the Star and the 8 of earth, the Emperor and 6 of water, the 10 of cups and 5 of earth. Wow. The 6 of pentacles and the Queen of fire, the 10 of pentacles and the 3 of earth. Communication, the wishing well, and the chess queen, about trust and strategizing. Now let me see what we have here. Now let me first explain this reading for you. This card represents the past. This reading in general is about your current situation and what you need to know about this situation. So this is about the past, this is the present, these are the underlying circumstances. This is either the goal or the obstacle. This is how you view yourself, and this is how other people view you. And this is the probable result, and these cards give some additional pointers on what's going on here. So for those of you who chose the golden andara, this is your reading. In the past we find the 3 of water and the Fool. And this tells me that you, in the past, were very light-hearted. You weren't very serious at all. You just went out and you didn't plan things out. You were very spontaneous, and you also very much enjoy your friendships with some very close friends. So this is about harmony, merriment, enjoyment, fun, just following your whims, being impulsive and very spontaneous. That was the word I was looking for. And in the present we find the High Priest, and the 9 of earth. It seems that there is some sort of philosophy going on about the acquiring of wealth. Let me see what these two cards say, because we have the 9 of earth here and the Star. The Star is very much about hope, and the 8 of earth is very much about developing skills. And the 9 of earth is about having attained a certain amount of abundance. Maybe you are preaching about how you or other people around you should acquire their financial abundance. You are very much a believer in the idea that people have to work on themselves, build skills which will give them hope for prosperity. So you've been partying in the past, but you believe that there is a lot of hard work necessary to acquire some wealth in some way. And I cannot totally disagree with you on that. But then we find the goal or the obstacle. And maybe you've been working hard to get what you now have, because this is a very established individual. He's got everything accounted for. Everything that's necessary is there. He worked hard, he gained dominion, He is the leader of his own realm, but I see that there are memories of the past, there are memories to this situation of fun and enjoyment, not having to worry about responsibilities, but that is gone. There is a bit of a sentiment going on here. And then we find this. I find this very remarkable, because we find the 10 of Cups reversed and a 5 of Earth. And 5 of Earth is usually about poverty, about being excluded from something or a community. And the 10 of Cups is just about unhappiness, not being fulfilled. So probably what I see here is that you've enjoyed your past, you've worked hard to get what you have now, but then still there is something missing. You feel that it's not fulfilling. Everything that you've gained is on the material side and it doesn't fulfill you. It makes you feel poor in a way, while you don't have lack in any sense. And and your environment, we have the Queen of Fire and the 6 of Pentacles. So this can go both ways. The 6 of Pentacles is about the dynamic of giving and receiving. And sometimes you're on the giving end and sometimes you're on the receiving end. And then there's this Queen of Fire. This person is very important to you, and either she is helping you, but I'm not so sure about that. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you are the generous one and supporting her in some sense. She's very creative and very intuitive, very passionate, very warm character. Intuitive, passionate, energetic, magnetic. So that's definitely a person that's very attractive, especially for people who consider themselves powerful, because the Queen of Fire is also extremely powerful. But she has this gentle, warm glow about her that kind of softens it up. So maybe you feel that because of your wealth, your established possessions in some way, you are spending too much on her. And is it fulfilling you? You need to ask yourself that. Is this woman meeting your emotional needs, or is it just a money pit where you keep pouring in money and it still leaves you unsatisfied? I wonder. We find the 3 of Earth and the 10 of Pentacles. And the 10 of Pentacles is about stable wealth, not just for yourself, but for your entire family, for the generations that are coming next. And the 3 of Earth is usually about a testing or an exam, or feeling that you need to prove yourself. So what is it that you're trying to prove here? Are you trying to prove that you can do this? It certainly seems like it. You are trying to win over this person, or maybe even this person is trying to win you over. But there is this emotional lacking. Financial, material, everything is abundantly there. It's fine, you're working hard, you've achieved a lot, but it's leaving you unsatisfied. And I feel that this card is the culprit. You are trying to prove something, either for yourself or for other people. You think maybe that the things that you are longing for can be found with material wealth. You have unfulfilled wishes, and also there is this problem with trust. Can you openly trust this person, or are you reserved in a way and Are you a bit strategic in your approach? Are you communicating by means of exchange of material things? I find this reading rather confusing. I find a very established material base. Everything is in material aspect, everything is there. The emotions are lacking. There is this woman. There is this person. She has an enormous influence. She may be draining all your money, or she may be adding to it. I am not quite sure what is going on here. And then there is this need to prove something. Prove for her, for you? These are questions that you need to ask yourself. What are the motives behind this? I mean, have you been working for yourself, or have you been working for others? What is the purpose of all this material wealth? And why do you feel so poor? Why is it not fulfilling you? What is it that you are missing here? Think about it. I don't see the answers in this reading. So I suppose the answers are only there for you to find. But there is a very curious dynamic going on here, with this woman who has a very strong influence. The way you feel about your own accomplishments, even though you've accomplished more than most people can even dream of. And still you're not feeling satisfied. What is it that you're trying to prove? I kind of feel sorry that I don't have a better answer than what is here. But maybe this is exactly what needs to be here, because maybe you need to figure out what it is. Are you missing some friendships? Are there people in your life that you are missing? Did you trade friends for material gain? What happened here? It's not quite clear for me. I mean, it is clear for me, the cards are very clear, but I don't understand this situation. I don't understand this dynamic. I suppose this is a message just for you, and it is not giving you the answer. So apparently there is something that you can take from this, and you need to work it out on your own to find the answer. Why is this happening? Why you have everything that you worked so hard for? You should feel accomplished, not impoverished. So what is going on? What is her influence in your life? What are you trying to prove? What goals have you set? What goals are you trying to accomplish? And what is it that you're missing? What is it that you are longing for? Is it this time in your life, this past? I hope this reading gave you some pointers as to where to look and to find out why the situation is the way it is. I cannot make anything more of it than this, so I kind of must apologize for that. Usually my readings are more concise than this, but I suspect that there is this lesson hidden, and the cards are not just giving you the answer. You have to figure it out yourself. Otherwise you probably won't learn it the same way than when you have to figure it out on your own. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you like this video, please leave a like, share and comment. You can also become a patron and get access to an exclusive Facebook group and exclusive material and a discount on my personal readings. For a personal reading, you can contact me. My email address is in the description box below. If you don't want that but like to see more of my videos, you can subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video. I wish you an amazing day. Be blessed. Bye! And for those who chose this Orchid andara, this will be the reading about your current situation and what you need to know about your current situation. I will begin to prepare the reading for you. To turn over these cards. Before I go into the meaning of the cards, I will explain the positions before I forget. This is the past, this is the present and the underlying circumstances, this is your goal or your obstacle, this is how you look at yourself, this is how your environment sees you, the people around you, and this is the probable outcome, and these cards have additional meaning, of course, to this reading. So this is about your current situation and what you need to know. So, now if we look at these cards, we find, what is this? The High Lady of Love and Compassion. Interesting. Now, if we look at your past, we find the Ace of Earth and the Universe. So, something in the past has come to a conclusion. Not a drastic ending like a death or something like that, but more the completion of something, the fulfillment of something. And, of course, the new opportunity that always follows when something gets concluded. So, in your past, something has ended. This card is very broad, but this card also very broad, so I cannot say you what it is that come to an end, or what it is that has a new beginning, or at least a new opportunity for a new beginning. But this is the situation that this reading is starting from. One thing is ending, completing, fulfilling, and then there's this other thing opening up for you. And if we go to the present, I see that you have trouble letting go of the past. You are very melancholic, I hope I pronounced that right, with memories of the past, but also they are a burden for you. It seems that it's holding you back, and probably you have trouble accepting that certain things are just over. But that also implies that you have trouble accepting this new opportunity that is there. So this is very strongly someone kind of clinging on to the past, attached to the past, not being able to let go. Very much reminiscing on the past, and it's stunting where you are going. it makes you go slow. It makes you not focused on what's here and now, but you are distracted continuously by things that happened in the past. And we see that there, in the present, there is this juggling, there is this struggling, I feel that things in the past were much, much better for you, at least how you experience it or how you feel it, than they are now. So maybe this clinging on to the past is even a kind of escape from this hectic energy that I'm feeling here. We have this 5 of fire, which means that there's lots of energies going into different directions and causing friction and stagnation at some point. So it may be very difficult to move forward, to get somewhere. You're kind of stuck in some situation you want to get out of, and you're balancing possibly more than one responsibilities, maybe 2 jobs, or a family life and a job, or a business and a job, or at least there is some difficulty moving forward. And then, of course, you begin to look back at the times where everything was better, and that's the trick our memory plays with us. Everything in the past was always so much better than it is now. We look at the past through rosy glasses, and we find at the point of your goal or your obstacle, it seems to me we find this duality again from the 2 of Pentacles. We find it again in this card, but this card is telling us that you need to overcome that duality and to make sure that these energies, one leg in the present and one leg in the past, get harmonized to go forward in a clear direction, because you are definitely not having a clear direction, because it's like you're walking forward but looking backward. So that can only end in disaster. You're bound to hit something, you're bound to bump into something that you wish you've seen coming. But if you are able to focus and direct your impulses in such a way, you will be able to overcome this situation that's depicted here, with the struggling, the strife, not malicious intent, but things are just, it's like you're up until your chest in the mud and trying to move forward. It's very tough, it's very difficult, you only make very little progress, and it takes a hell of a lot of effort. But if you manage to focus yourself and get your impulses in line, consider your impulses as these horses. You want them to walk neatly next to each other, both with their noses and their ears in the same direction. Because if one of them goes left and the other one goes right, you are in trouble, because you are not going anywhere with that. And this 9 of Pentacles is kind of telling you what opens up to you if you are able to harness these impulses within yourself, because then you will have so much abundance and wealth to your at your fingertips, so to speak. But this the way you're being torn between the present and the past is holding you back from making the progress to get here. And yeah, you are very disappointed. You feel that you are giving all. Very much this card again. You're giving all that you have. You're very energetic. You are trying to move forward and accomplishing things, but you're also so disappointed with your progress. It doesn't seem that you are going anywhere, and you are very disappointed about it. But is this a form of self punishment? Are you mad at yourself? because I feel that's not what you should do. That's not the correct attitude to have. If you are mad or angry or disappointed in yourself for not being able to accomplish your goals, it is only because you are missing what is needed to get there. Once you've got this, I'm pretty sure you will get there, no problem. But you need to figure out how to leave the past and focus on the future. Because in this reading, it's very obvious that you're standing with one leg in the past and one leg in the future, and that means that you're not going anywhere. And it's easy to resolve this. You don't need to have a grudge against yourself. That would be not the best way to go forward. And this card kind of amplifies it. Probably people in your environment have already advised you to take a break and to go look within yourself for the solution, because you have not concluded something that is concluded. It is concluded, but you are trying to keep it alive, possibly as an escape from this pretty difficult, harsh, unstable situation. But the hint here is that the situation in the outer world is a reflection of your inner world. And if your inner horses are both moving different directions, then your outer world is also chaotic and not going anywhere. And that is pretty much the dynamic that's going on here. So once you look inside yourself and see where you contribute to this situation, you can change your own part, and that will change the song, that will change the tune, that will change the dynamic, and that will also give you the tools to be able to resolve this situation. Because like I said before, it's very easy. If you know what to do, then you know how to get there, and you don't have to hold a grudge. So it's easy to resolve this. The end result is that you will find connection with your intuition, and you find it because of this. You have taken the time to go within yourself, to look within yourself for the answers, because that's where they are. And once you do that, you find your intuition there, and your intuition guides you through the night and helps you navigate the world even though your path isn't clear. And that will give you energy. That will give you back the feeling of control over your life again. Not being a victim of the circumstances, but rather you are the one that is making the circumstances as you please. It's all about intention and trust in yourself. So you are feeling that you can trust yourself because the outcome is not as you expected. But you know, it's like a computer. If you press the A key, then there's going to be an A in the screen, and that's here. That's the intention and the trust in the results as well. And the High Lady of Love and Compassion tells me that you need to be kind for yourself. Be kind for yourself. Don't hold a grudge. I mean, if you're blindfolded or if you're looking over your shoulder, of course you cannot see what's ahead of you. Of course that will stagnate your progress. That's not something you should blame yourself for. It's just something that you need to correct. You need to correct it and find the wisdom within yourself. Your own intuition will guide you through this strife situation. And remember, everything ends, and especially if you manage to change the tune you're singing in this symphony, then the melody changes, and then the song changes, the rhythm changes, everything changes, because you are an integral part of whatever comes into your life. So remember, whenever you see that you are wanting something but you're not getting the results that you're aiming for, look within. Find your intuition, look at your intention, and trust yourself. Trust your capabilities, because you're already doing it. But if you manage to focus your intention, you will definitely get there. I wouldn't worry about it. But the trick is not to live with one leg in the past and one leg in the future, because you're skipping the present, and that's where you are kind of getting burned a bit. Don't do it. Leave the past. And of course you can go back in your memories and look at the beautiful things that happened there and enjoy them once again. Because they're in your memories, they're always accessible for you. But don't live there. Live in the now. That's the only way to get to the future, to get where you want to go. Just think of yourself as riding a carriage. How well would you ride this carriage if you are looking backwards while the horses are going forward? Try to imagine the situation that comes forth from that. That's pretty much what's going on right here. It's easy. You can do it. Don't worry. Just trust your intuition. Look inside yourself and trust yourself. Trust yourself and your intentions. You will definitely be able to do this. Don't hold a grudge. Be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself for any mistakes that you make. Nobody is perfect. We all make mistakes. I hope this clears something up for you. And I hope this helps you find some direction in your life and overcome this situation. Because you can. It's already there, but you're not looking at it. That's almost all there is. So, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you like this video, please leave a like, share and comment. You can also become a Patreon and get access to an exclusive Facebook group and exclusive material and a discount on my personal readings. And for a personal reading, you can contact me. My email address is in the description box below. If you don't want that, but like to see more of my videos, you can subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video. I wish you an amazing day. Be blessed. Bye!